Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO video, and today we're going to be looking at a Mega Manectric Yveltal deck, or Mega Manectric Dark deck, whatever you want to call it. So, Mega Manectric is, like I stated before, one of the best Megas, got good HP, free retreat, a very powerful attack, it has synergy with that very powerful attack, hits for good weakness. What is there not to like about this card? Well, there are a lot of ways to make this card work, and one of the best combos is with Yveltal EX. Yveltal EX has the attack Evil Ball. It does 20 damage, and then 20 more for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So this card is a monster of a card, and compared with Mega Manectric, it's even more of a monster of a card. So that's going to be the main point of the deck. It's just Mega Manectric is already a good attacker by itself, and then comboed with Yveltal EX, it becomes even more of a beast. So just a very cool combo there. Obviously, it works well in standard, in my opinion, and yeah. So Yveltal's got that attack, Mega Manectric's got the synergy. Very cool combo. Yveltal alone could work by itself, but when you pair it with something like Mega Manectric EX, it just becomes even more of a beast. Even Manectric EX could be used as a good attacker. A lot of people be like, whoa, you don't even need Mega Manectric. Yeah, well, you have Manectric EX too, because Assault Laser is already a great attack because it can do 120 if they have a tool on them, which they might have one on most of the time, so yeah. We also have Baby Yveltal in here. This is really good against Regice. If Regice comes into play, we can get energy onto the Yveltal, play a Muscle Band down onto the Yveltal, and we can actually Darkness Blade and take out that Regice. So that's kind of why we do play the Yveltal in here. We got two of these just to deal with Regice. Also, a nice non-EX attacker that can do a lot of good stuff. And it also is a way to power stuff up, so hey, that works well in our favor. We also play a Hoopa, just because we do play these EXs, and Hoopa can come in handy sometimes if we ever need to play it down. We could Scoundrel Ring and grab some Mega Manectrics with the Spirit Links in play, or, some Yveltals, and maybe Shaman. So, obviously, Hoopa is just a good way to get a lot of stuff going, and Hoopa is just it has a good ability. It is a bench sitter, which is one reason I'm not a big fan of Hoopa, but hey, it works well. We got Shaman just because it's Shaman. We only need one of these, in my opinion. Shaman's just nice because it has that setup ability. And we also play a Lugia EX in this deck. Obviously, we lost Mewtwo EX with the rotation, which this deck liked, but Lugia is a pretty decent backup because Deep Hurricane can actually one-shot stuff if necessary. And Arrow Ball is just kind of a dumbed-down version of Evil Ball, but is still a pretty good attack. So we do got that going for us. We got two Battle Compressors. This is a great way to thin out the deck, and also puts Dark Energies, so when we use Turbo Bull, we can actually power up an Yveltal EX right away. We have an Energy Switch. This is a very good card in this deck, because we can actually do the Energy Switch, and we can move energy around, and that can actually work in our favor. Sometimes we need to power something up. We can Energy Switch from an energy from something to that Pokemon, especially with stuff that relies on two energies, like Mega Manectric, Yveltal, and even Lugia. That energy switch can actually be a huge player in this game. Enhanced Hammer, just a nice little card to play. We got two Professor's Letters since we got one Professor's Letter, sorry, not two. Since we play different types of energies, but it looks like the lane energy doesn't appear, so we'll have to go into that in a minute. We got one Trainer's Mail. One may be a little stupid, but we do need one in this deck just because we do play quite a bit of item cards, so playing one is nice. We got four Ultra Balls, obviously, to search out our Pokemon. Four is nice because that allows us to get more Hoopas and Shamans, and it just increases the odds of getting them in play, which is kind of what we want. We got four Versus Seeker, again, another staple card in any deck. We got Lysander, once again, another staple card. We have Center Lady, just a card I'm testing out just because it has a nice ability here to heal off some Pokemon that we might need. So we do play one Center Lady, two Birch for draw support, four Sycamores, three Shaunas. I don't know what's the best yet, but we're going to try it out. We got two Shadow Circles. This is in here because this, well, gives us no weakness. Think about it. This is weak to Fighting. This is weak to Lightning. And this is also weak to Lightning. And with the Dark Energies in play with Shadow Circle, they don't have a weakness. So that's going to be a very good card to play in this deck. So we do have 2 Shadow Circles. We have 2 Spirit Links for the Manectrics. Like I said, the spare Manectric can always be a great backup attacker. We have 3 Muscle Bands. This is nice because we do need that 120 to the Regice, and allows us to do more damage, which is always good. We play 1 Head Ringer, since, Head Ringer is a nice card to play because it also allows Yveltal to do more damage and Lugia to do more damage sometimes. We play 1 Dangerous Energy just because it's a fun card I'm trying out right now. I don't know how good it is, but we are trying it out. So we do play 1 Dangerous Energy in here. You never know when that could actually be a good card to play. We got 2 DCEs. Yveltal runs on DC sometimes, and so does Lugia. So we do play the 2 double colorless. And then we have 5 Dark Energies. And obviously it doesn't show lightnings, but we do play... We do play 6 Lightning Energy since Mega Manectric is kind of the main attacker of the deck. So we do play the 6 Lightning Energies. So yeah, that is the Yveltal Mega Manectric deck. So let's go hop into a game I got with this deck and see if it will work. Alright, here we go into the game I got. Now, it's a little laggy. I do apologize, but here we go. We do mulligan. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn on the recording as the game was starting, so we do have to deal with this. But obviously, the game hasn't even started yet, so it's not a big deal. So it looks like we are going to start with the Yveltal EX, and it looks like we have a pretty reasonable hand. We can grab a Hoopa, which can grab Shaman, more EXs. We're starting with the Yveltal, which is a nice attacker to start with. And I think my opponent is just taking a long time to decide what they want to put active. I don't know why, but they just are, so we do have to deal with that for a quick sec. But other than that, we have a pretty decent start going for us. Hopefully my opponent hurries up here so we can do something. Looks like my opponent's inactive, and it looks like they're not inactive, and they finally make up their mind, so we can start the game now. And we can start with the Yveltal EX, and that's not a bad start. We got the Battle Compressor, so we see Seismitoads. This could probably be a Seismitoad deck, which is a little annoying because I'm not a big fan of Seismitoad, but hey, it is what it is. We can grab the Hoopa here if it's not prized, but I'm actually going to grab Manectric, which is stupid. But actually, no, I forgot. I had the Battle Compressor with the Versus Seeker combo, so never mind. That was a smart move after all. So I'm just going to dump the Lysander. Don't need that right away. Just, something to VS Seeker for later. And we're going to dump a Sycamore so we can VS Seeker for the Sycamore this turn. And just think what else I can discard. Maybe another Birch, maybe an Energy, but I don't want to lose energies because if it's Toad, he might play Hammers, so we are going to have to be careful for that. I'm going to play the Sycamore, and we can press our Sycamore straight away. We got the Head Ringer, which is nice. We can play down the baby Yveltal, and we can pass, so right off the bat, we actually got a pretty good start going here. We can actually Evil Ball next turn, which is good. We have a Manectric ready to go, and there's a lot of stuff going for us this hand and this turn, so this is good. It looks like it is an Yveltal Seismitoad deck, which is going to be an interesting matchup because we do play the Mega Manectric EX to deal with the Yveltal, so that's going to be nice. So it looks like the odds are in our favor this game. We might see a Head Ringer come down onto Yveltal EX, or maybe even Manectric to block the Mega, but hey man, I mean, whatever. We do see Shaman come down, which is cool. We're going to see him draw some cards. He won't be able to Quaking Punch this turn. We see a DC and an Energy and a Muscle Band, go down to the Shaman. We see another Shaman go down. Don't know what my opponent is doing here. We see another Shaman, another Yveltal. Holy cow. And yep, there's the Head Ringer. So we do see the Head Ringer. We see a Shauna drawing 5, and we just see him pass. So it's an interesting turn. I'm going to go for the Birch, hoping to get a double colorless here. And unfortunately, we do whiff it. And I'm going to go for a Sycamore here. As you can see, I had a fuller Lugia when I showcased the deck, but this game I got before I got the fuller Lugia, so that's kind of a fun fact, I guess. Kind of funny there. I'm going to play the Muscle Band down on the Manectric just because I don't want it to get Head Ringer too. That'd be really annoying. But not a bad start. I really want a DC off the Sycamore. I could play Lugia down. I don't know if I'm going to do that, though. It might be vulnerable. It's not going to be as strong as Yveltal EX, which is kind of what I want to go for here. We see a Shadow Circle come down, which is actually really annoying here because now we're not going to be able to hit Yveltal EX for weakness. So that's actually pretty bad. And we're just going to see him pass, so we can't really do much. We got the Sycamore. I don't play the Lugia down. I don't know why I didn't do that, but whatever. And I think I'm just going to go for a Shaman here probably. And grab Shaman here. We're going to go for a setup, draw some extra cards here, or not. I don't know. We could Evil Ball, or we could play the Manectric and draw that extra. We didn't get the Spirit Link, which is what I wanted, but we can go for an Evil Ball just for 80. May not be enough, or a lot of damage. We can, it's fine, though. If he does play energies, we do knock him out, but it is what it is. Yveltal EX still threatening attacker. We see an escape rope, so we're going to bring up that baby Yveltal here, just because it's the most logical thing. If we had the dangerous energy on it, that Shaman would take 20, but that wouldn't do anything. So he's going to Sky Return for 50. We see a Versus Seeker, so we'll see what he grabs. We see a Birch's Observation is what he did grab, and we're going to see him play it. Is he going to get tails or heads? It does get a heads, which is a little annoying. Pardon me. We see an Yveltal go down, an energy go down, the Yveltal, sorry. And it is the HCSS energy, or no, the Call Legend energy, I think it is. I think it's shiny, I don't know. So we can actually attack this thing this turn, which is nice. Or we could use this turn to actually Mega Evolve, which is what I'm going to do, because I really want to get that Mega Manectric into play, because it's going to be a huge player this game. So I'm just going to play that down right away, just so I get it into play without having to waste a turn to do so, regardless, because I don't mind losing the baby Yveltal. He's only doing 30 damage, so I'm not really too worried about getting knocked out here, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, we're in a decent spot right now. We got the Mega Manectric in play. We have an Yveltal attacking with the DC, thanks to the DC. Obviously, it bypassed that head ringer a little bit. So we're in a decent spot. We see a Muscle Band go down to the active, which is okay, I guess. I mean, he is still going to two-shot me, so it's not a big deal. We're going to see that Oblivion Wing, sorry, putting a energy onto that benched Yveltal, and I'm actually going to just play that bad energy, just because the dangerous energy, sorry, I keep calling it by the Japanese name, so we're just going to put that dark energy to the bench Manectric, because putting the 50 on this benched Yveltal was good, because now we can one-shot it with that Turbo Bolt. Thanks to Shadow Circle, we weren't able to do it otherwise, but because we are going to put that 50 on it, that is going to allow us to take it on one hit, which is nice. We could always Evil Ball it, but it is what it is, I guess. And we see another baby Yveltal go down, so a lot of stuff going for my opponent. We see him play a Dark Energy on it. We're going to see an Oblivion Wing for 50 damage, take us out. But that's fine. We do have the Mega Manectric EX to respond with. And we'll see what happens here. We're going to bring in the Mega Manectric. Sorry, I stuttered for a sec. We're going to play the Shauna. Actually, I'm going to play for Bert instead. Obviously, we can draw more cards. And it looks like we hit that head, which is good. Now, because of the Muscle Band, we actually can do 130 regardless, so looks like we didn't even need to do anything. So we're actually just going to put that Lightning to the bench to Manectric EX, just so we can power that up if we ever need to use that as attacker. Plus we have the Spirit Link on it, so if we get a Mega Manectric here, we can obviously play the Spirit Link down. We can not play Spirit Link down, we can play the Mega Manectric down without ending our turn, which is good to have two in play. We're going to see another escape rope here coming from my opponent. I think I'm just going to bring up the Yveltal or even the Mega Manectric, or the Manectric, sorry, I keep calling it Mega Manectric. We can bring up the Manectric, since if we do get the Mega Manectric here, we can actually get that free retreat cost. So we're going to see the DC go on the Shaman. We're going to see Sky Return for 30. If we had Rough Seas, that would do 0, but we don't, unfortunately. Maybe Rough Seas could be nice, because that kind of hurts me this matchup. But yeah, we just see the Sky Return for 30 damage, bringing it back to his hand, and that's fine by me. We can play down a retreat there, and play down a retreat. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to go for a Versus Seeker, and I'm actually going to Lysander out with that Seismitoad EX, or the Shaman, or not, I guess. I'm actually going to take out the Baby Yveltal. I don't know why I actually did that, but whatever. That does put me down to 4 prizes. If he plays Ace Trainer, that could be a little annoying, but we can Lysander that Seismitoad out and kill it next turn, or even the Shaman, which is kind of what I want. But we see an Enhanced Hammer go down to the benched Yveltal. A little annoying, but we already have a DC in our hand, so not the end of the world. Even with Mega Manectric, we have that energy synergy going. So he actually does bring up the Yveltal EX, which is a little annoying, I guess, but it's fine. He's only doing 30, which isn't that much damage regardless. And we're going to see a Dark go on the Seismitoad, which is perfect. And I think I am going to Lysander at this turn. I'm going to play a, looks like I am actually just going to retreat instead. And it looks like I just want to knock out the baby Yveltal just because, I don't know, why not, right? I could have Lysandered, but I guess not. Hold on to this hand here just because I have a lot of good stuff I don't want to lose just yet. We got the Mega Manectric off the prize, so we can actually Mega Evolve that bench Manectric to get another Mega Manectric in play, which is always good. We're going to see him bring out the Shaman He actually loses here if he doesn't play another Pokemon down, if he does choose to go Sky Return. So we'll see what he does. Is he going to play another Pokemon down? He might play an Yveltal EX down. If he does that, we can Lysander it out and knock it out. We see another DC go on Shaman, so I don't know what he's doing here. We see a Sycamore. Oh, I see. He's saving the DC, so that's a smart play. We see a Starly Megaphone, which sucks, but we do have the Spirit Link in our hand, but that also gets rid of that Head Ringer, which is nice. We see another Baby Yveltal, though, go down. I think that's the fourth one he's played, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy that he's played 4 of them down. We just see a Sky Return go for 30. If he brings up the Baby Yveltal, he's going to get knocked out. And, yeah, I'm going to play that Spirit Link down. I'm going to Mega Evolve. And I'm going to play that Muscle Band back down so that we can actually get the one-shot knockout. And he doesn't even have a Dark Energy, but it's all good in the hood. So he loses here because we do have Lysander in hand. The only way he can get out of this is if he plays Ace Trainer. But if he doesn't, we can just win. So we'll see what happens here. What is my opponent going to do? Is he going to play down a Shaman here, or is he going to just go for a Quickie Punch? We'll see what happens here, folks and fans and whatnot. This is a pretty long game. We see an Yveltal EX, 2 Yveltals go down, so we could win because I don't think he can split the energy around to both of them to protect him from the lightning weakness, but we can win next turn. Either way, Seismitoad is weak enough to take it out, so it's not a big deal. Pretty much the win's in hand. We see a teammate. Unless he grabs red card here off this teammate, we win. So that's actually pretty good. A lot of stuff has went well for us this game. We just had a lot of luck this game, I guess, or not luck, but I guess luck. You want to call it, whatever you want to call it for us. So we see the teammates. Don't know what he's gonna grab. Probably a DC to go for Quicking Punch, but he can't really do much here. We do win regardless. I don't think there's any way out of this for my opponent at this moment. Yeah, we just see him concede. So, yeah, it looks like the game is over. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe for more videos. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in another PTCGO video. Take it easy, boys and girls. Peace.